same thing that we did with the hawk. We're going to count to 3. We're going to say, go home. And then Romeo should fly back into his release door at the side of the stage. 1, 2, 3. Go home! Yeah, there we go. Because the owls are a little slow, sometimes they require a little more direction. And I mean that literally. Like, if he's facing this way, I'll have to pick the perch up and make him face that way just for him to go back. So you can see why we have trouble with these birds. Now, the next one that we're going to bring out is extremely intelligent. But it's not one that most people would think of as cool. Most people would think of it as beautiful. Most people wouldn't even think of this type of bird as clean. However, when we teach you a little bit about this bird, hopefully you'll come away with a much greater appreciation for them. If you'll look to the side over here, I want you to welcome Grimley, our black vulture. Hey, buddy. Come here. Everyone say hello to Grimley. Hi, now, Grimley is a black vulture. And black vultures, along with their cousins, the turkey vultures, are found all across North America. These are very common birds. Now, they are scavengers. You know what scavengers like to eat? They like to eat dead things. The vulture, he doesn't have extremely powerful feet like the hawks and the owls. He doesn't have a very powerful bite either. The vulture doesn't have to attack his prey. His prey normally just lays there. For those of you who don't get the joke, it's upset. Okay? Now the vulture, because he doesn't have powerful feet or a powerful bite, he has to defend himself in different ways. You know how a vulture would defend itself? He's going to vomit on you. Yes, the vulture will vomit on you to defend himself. Now, yeah, that sounds bad. You know, vomit doesn't smell that great. But if you think about that a little bit more, what the vulture ate smelled really bad when he ate it. The next time around, it's horrible. Now, I don't have a very weak stomach, but I've had a vulture vomit on me before, a small amount down on my boot. And within a very short amount of time, I was gagging and throwing up myself. It was such a horrible smell. It's the worst thing I've ever smelled in my life. So yes, that's how a vulture would defend itself if it got cornered and threatened. Now these birds are scavengers. They find and eat dead animals. Most people, when they think of a vulture, they think of something that's gross or disgusting or not even clean. But you have to remember, vultures are some of the most important animals that exist in our environment. Without animals like the vulture, when any animal died in the wild, that animal would simply be left to rot, where it could potentially spread disease to other animals, and even to human beings as well. But when we have scavengers like the vulture cleaning up those dead animals, they can actually help stop the spread of disease and keep our environment a much cleaner and safer place. Now the vulture is specially designed to eat dead animals. Where he puts his face to get his food is not exactly clean or even sanitary. If he had feathers around his eyes, his food could get stuck in those feathers and might possibly lead to eye infections. So vultures develop bald heads so they can stay clean while they eat. People would think a vulture might smell bad. You think this bird would stink. Even wild vultures bathe just about daily. They'll bathe in any water source they can, a river, a lake, a creek. They'll jump right in that water and they'll start bathing. They also like to do something called sunbathing. If you've ever seen a vulture on a hot sunny day just standing with its wings and tail spread really wide, you're actually going to use the sun to help kill any germs or bacteria that might be in their feathers. It's another way these birds stay very clean. Now Grimley, he came to us about 6 or 7 years ago from a wildlife rehabilitation center in Texas. Grimley was a wild bird, and he landed on some power lines. His wingtips touched the wires and he was electrocuted. They burned the feathers on his wingtips off, and now those feathers won't grow back. So Grimley can't fly much higher than about 5 or 6 feet off the ground. That's why he spends most of his time walking around. So he couldn't be released back into the wild. So we took him in, not only to give him a home, but so we could use him to teach people about the vultures and about just how important they really are. So now that we've brought Grimley out and we've taught you a little bit about him, what do you guys think? Like him? He's a very fun bird to work with, and he is extremely intelligent. Grimley has it. Hey, up, stay up here. Hey, no, this way. Up here. Up, no, up here. So I was about to get to that. Grimley's not wandering around the audience because he's trying to make new friends. Grimley is wandering around the audience because he knows people will leave trash on the ground. Now, while we tell people not to bring food to the programs, it's for various reasons. For one, if you come to my program and you have a turkey leg, my hawk will grab onto your face to get that turkey leg away from you. If you leave your trash on the ground, like most people will, my vulture will try to get that trash. Now, Grimley can eat something that's been dead for a week. It's not going to kill him to eat scraps of turkey leg or nachos or funnel cake. However, it would harm Grimley to eat the plastic, aluminum foil, and styrofoam that trash could be wrapped in. So that's one of the main reasons we ask people not to bring food to our program. If Grimley ate something with plastic or aluminum foil, it could seriously cause him to be very sick. It could even kill him. So please, guys, while you're at our program, while you're at the fair, for the rest of the day, please try to throw your trash away. Not just for my bird's sake, but for any other wildlife that might come to the fair during the week. Any trash that you left on the ground, if wildlife got into that, and ate that trash, ate some plastic or styrofoam, and that animal died as a result of the trash that you left on the ground, remember, you're directly responsible for that animal dying because you were too lazy to throw your trash into a trash can. Can everyone do this for me? Hold your arm out just like this, and then do this. That's how hard it is to throw trash in a trash can. It's very simple. People ask me all the time, what can I do to help take care of the birds? What can I do for the environment? Properly dispose of your trash. All right, Grimley, will you go with Taylor, please? Please? I'm saying please. Go with Taylor. Come on. Good grief, bird. Come on. Come on. Get over there. Go with Taylor. Take your time about it, though. Grimley also knows that we work him for a food reward. So if Grimley misbehaves, he knows he gets extra food. So that's one of the reasons Grimley will wander off from us, because he gets extra food when we have to bring him back. Whereas most of our birds on a routine, they fly the same way every single time. They work better that way because they already know where to go as soon as they come out. If we had Grimley on the same kind of routine, then he's going to say, oh, I'm supposed to go this way. That means I got a little bit of adventure room. And they'll start wandering off. So we change it up every single time with Grimley, just so he doesn't know where we're going to go next. So he has to stay with us in order to be able to get the food that he thinks he should have. So that's how the vulture can actually be a really smart bird. For another reference, where I told you how much time we put into training our hawk and our owl, when I get a new vulture in from a rehabilitation center, it's not trained in any way, within 2 to 3 weeks I can have that vulture trained well enough to do a program. They're extremely smart birds, they're very easy to train, they figure out problems very, very fast. Well, alright, been over a bunch of different birds. You guys, you like the birds? Did you learn some stuff? Yeah? You had fun? Yeah! Alright, you want to see another bird? Yeah! That wasn't loud enough.